Hello everyone,
Hello everyone,
Oh,
welcome
welcome
back
to our
to
new video.
welcome to
Sushant. There's a Manchester United Cup today.
yeah. Sorry for the
Hi.
poor camera quality, but if you can see it, oh, I'm
Hi
disappeared
गायब ही हो
already.
गया.
Jadoo.
You are becoming Mr. India in India. So I think a very interesting weekend of FA Cup. No Premier League fixtures were played, but just a recap: FA Cup fourth round. We'll just look at the Premier League fixtures. The
Couple of
shocker or
shockers.
Yeah, and the shockers as well. So it started on Friday evening with Manchester United defeating Leicester 2-1 at home at Old Trafford. Then Brighton defeated Chelsea 2-1 again at home. Newcastle winning against Birmingham City away 3-2. Fulham winning 2-1 against Wigan Athletic. Bournemouth winning at Goodison Park 2-0. Manchester City defeating Leyton Orient 2-1 away. Aston Villa defeating Tottenham Hotspur at home 2-1. And then the shocker of the fixture or shocker of this round was bottom place in the championship, Plymouth Argyle winning 1-0 against the top of the table Liverpool.
Was Rooney managing Plymouth Argyle?
No, he was
No,
sacked he was sacked before.
He was just sacked, right? Like, but he was managing that club at some point this season.
Yeah, I don't think
yeah.
so. They paid him enough cheeseburgers, so
Okay,
yeah, to
okay.
go somewhere else. But I think we can start with the shocker of this game week. Plymouth Argyle 1-0 against Liverpool.
I mean that their keeper was on like De Gea mode. Amazing
Yeah,
saves, some amazing saves, man.
But again, it was Darwin Núñez. So
Oh man, seriously, like that guy.
he is
How could
cursed.
he like?
Except for one match, he is cursed this season.
Exactly, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
How
when
could he
I
miss that, man? Like right in front of goal.
yeah when I saw the lineup, I was kind of happy. And again, me and Amay were discussing this yesterday. So I am a Liverpool supporter. I am kind of happy that Liverpool are out of the FA Cup. Amay was saying that there was a chance of a quadruple, so
Yeah,
he should have
yeah.
gone for that.
Yep.
But again, I kind of feel it's his first year. Had and then Joe Gomez went out injured in like 11 minutes.
Hmm.
Had it been a first team player, they play Everton away this on Wednesday. So
Yeah.
I am kind of happy that the like Liverpool are out of the cup because now he can just concentrate on Champions League and Premier League.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
they were tried. They tried. It's not like they didn't. They didn't give up. But the Plymouth they just kept, especially the keeper, they kept them
yep,
out of the match, like totally
yep,
Yeah.
denied
and
every single thing.
and then Harvey Elliott was trying to play basketball. That's how they conceded the penalty. So he tried to play basketball in his own.
I don't even know why he was like arguing with the referee. It was like clear cut handball. Like,
Exactly. And there is a VAR or VAR in the FA Cup right now
No,
until
yeah.
a certain, I think,
Until
certain
next
round.
round, right? Until
Until
quarters, right?
fifth round and later we have
okay, so
Okay.
next round onwards.
next rounds. Yeah.
So yeah, had it been VAR as well, right? He would have still that was a clean penalty. Like you
Yeah.
can't argue with that.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
and at the 70th minute, right? I kind of felt Slot was giving up because they had Curtis Jones on the bench. They didn't bring him
Yeah.
up. They had Reese. I think there is a 16-year-old winger who was very, very impressive. They didn't bring him up. So I think Slot just gave up. Plays like, okay, I
Do
don't
you
want to
think
play
the
anymore.
likes of Federico Chiesa and Luis Diaz could have done, and Diego Jota, like they are very experienced.
Hmm.
They are world-renowned players. Do you think they could have put in a bit more shift and
I don't know
probably
what's
got
wrong
that
with
clinical edge?
Chiesa, honestly. He's just not
Chiesa has
doing it.
been boggled with injuries. Like
Yep.
one of the reasons why Juventus let him go in first place.
Yeah.
Uh, but Diego Jota, I know he's been on and off from injuries too. But Luis Diaz was there.
But again,
So
this is where Sushant the whole team comes into play, right? Like these are finishers, but they need to get chances to create. Like
yeah, so. So you can actually see the importance of having Mohamed Salah and
Dominic Szoboszlai.
Graven,
Yep.
Szoboszlai and Gravenberch in the team, right? They are
Yep.
literally driving the team. They are literally ensuring that Liverpool are getting results throughout continuously.
Yep.
Hmm.
And then one thing so there was this rift going on, or not rift. Harvey Elliott was constantly saying to Slot that I need to start, I need to start. And after
Hmm.
yesterday's performance, Slot now can literally keep his door shut. Is like, okay, I gave you one chance,
Hmm.
and this is what you've proved. So yeah, good deal. I kind of feel relieved when Liverpool lost. I wasn't angry. I was like, okay, now you can just concentrate on the competitions on you are, and not like spend your first team players on the FA Cup. That's just my opinion. I think a lot of Liverpool fans are angry. They
Yep.
are blaming Slot, but I am like, it's good that you didn't play any
The-
one of the first team got out of the
I
cup.
know
Yep.
Liverpool are way ahead in Premier League and Champions League, but don't you think last season at this point is where the wheels started coming off for
That
Jurgen Klopp? Because
that is what.
they went out of FA Cup.
Hmm.
They won Carabao Cup, no doubt.
Yep.
If- But they went out and they're still again in the final of FA Cup. They were knocked out of they're still in the final of Carabao Cup. They are
Yep.
knocked out of FA Cup. Premier League is well within their grasp. But then even last season they were title contenders up to this point.
Yep.
Uh, and same with the Champions League as well. So there was a chance of quadruple and like one getting out of one tournament that took a toll. And I know a huge part was played by Jurgen Klopp's announcement that he's leaving pool at the end of the season. Uh, but I feel, do you think this being replicated this year?
Um, I don't think so. Uh, I think we lost Logan. He's
Yeah,
yeah. But
he's,
to answer your question, I don't think so. I think PL is well within their grasp, like you said. Like
yeah,
I don't
PL is
like. I
comfortable
think
right
if
now.
they win one match in hand, which is against Everton, which is not very easy at their home, but
Considering the
like
current form.
9 points, they'll be 9 points clear if they win.
Hmm.
It's not like they not screw up 9 point lead. They have done 8 point lead before. They screwed it up, and we have seen it. But I feel that they're very much comfortable, especially with their main rivals, Man City, not showing up at all in PL. So I feel that's like they have a positivity in the PL, and that's why I was talking to Loken that this kind of defeat breaks the tempo. Had they won this
Yeah.
and like maybe lost in like last few games, like FA Cup final or even semifinals, if it had been different by that time, they would have won the PL, you know. So
Yeah.
I feel that uh, I mean I was happy, honestly, as a Man United fan, I was happy that Liverpool lost. But as a football fan, I felt like quadruple in the first season is very, very rare, and
That
it's
would have been a huge
probably
feat.
impossible to break, for any manager in future. So
Yeah.
I feel, Slot should have thought about this as well, you know.
Or probably like kept one of the big stars for 60 minutes and then taken them off.
Yep,
Getting
yep.
I know
I mean,
the
he
main
he
players did
kept
not even
Nunez, he
travel.
kept other player, like they were trying. It's not like they were not trying, but seeing that
But if you
that
look at the bench, you could have had a couple of more stars. Like
yep,
I know the trap they wanted to avoid the travel, unnecessary travel midweek, not midweek, but over the weekend, and they have a big game coming up. So
yep,
they wanted the players to be fresh, but still, like you mentioned, this has there could be some momentum which is broken, which this
yep,
team
yep.
had gathered, and then such a huge break for the stars, a week and a half, that could also
Hmm.
disrupt the momentum.
Yep, yep, yep.
I so can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I agree with that point definitely that okay, why don't you play the stars? But again, so one thing where Liverpool are struggling, right? Whenever they
Mm.
play like a very very physical team, and like everyone is just going for the second ball,
Mm.
and Liverpool struggle with that, and I'm pretty sure Everton will literally set up their game plan to
Yeah.
do the same. And with this tie being right, I think Slot initially would have thought that the B team is good enough,
Mm-hmm.
but because it was so the B team lost against PSV,
Mm-hmm.
Eindhoven in the Champions League. Again, that's a Champions League, right? He was thinking this is Plymouth Argyle, might be better. But
Hmm.
and then he still fielded, right? Diaz, he still fielded Jota, he still
Yes.
fielded Chiesa. Harvey Elliott was there, and then
What
Keller
Endo
was there
was
as well,
there?
right? Yeah,
What other
Konza was there. Konza literally played.
Kwanza?
Simikas was there. So it wasn't like he didn't try. I think eventually after a point, he was like, okay, do I really want to? Because the thing is, there is no second leg. It's extra time. It will go,
Mm-hmm.
and then
And
if they have any more injuries, then they need like backups. That's
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm like happy as like okay, makes sense. Get out the cup, focus on the remaining fixtures, win the prem. So as Sushant was mentioning, right? They lost the FA Cup, I think, against Man United last
The
year,
Man United.
and then the rails got off. But again, they played 120 minutes, a crazy heavy match, and then eventually what happened was players got tired, and then eventually
Mm.
like the wheels come off. This is where Slot is doing a very good thing of managing these players, and that's why I was like, okay, the FA Cup is not important. You don't have City chasing you like last year, but you still have
But
Arsenal, which
then
is like six
Arsenal,
points
yeah.
clear. Exactly. So even though it's not City, Arsenal do have their own flaws. But to be honest, as a
Arsenal is
Liverpool fan,
already out of FA Cup, so they've got good enough rest over this weekend.
exactly, exactly,
Uh,
exactly. That's why I was like really happy when they got out. Like when Liverpool got out of the FA Cup, is like okay, now we can focus on just the fixtures in like in Premier League and Champions League, and then you can the Carabao Cup is a one-off basically.
hmm.
that's yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Let
Let's move.
Newcastle win that game. Let them have some trophy.
I think it will be similar to what United and Newcastle was. I think the favorites will win it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yep.
Okay. Let's move to the next fixture. Uh,
Brighton versus Chelsea.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, not a
Let's
shocker, I
look at
would say.
Man City. I would say let's look at Man City first.
Good.
Okay.
Man City versus Leighton Orient.
Leighton.
Yeah,
So
they
a
just
very
scraped through.
lucky, yeah, a lucky scraping through for Man City. They were trailing in the first half,
And that too
and
to
they,
a wonder goal.
yeah, that it was credited to Stefan Ortega, but that was a very good goal by Leighton.
Yep, yep, yep.
And
And
then
I just wish even they would have, if they would have gone out. Like,
so I'm not sure if you guys saw the equalizer. It was a clear handball
oh, is it?
by
I didn't
by
see.
I did
Kudus,
not see it.
that same player or defender who was against Chelsea. Over
Kusanov.
Kusanov, yeah.
Kusunau.
Yeah.
So it was clearly a handball, but because no VAR, so
Mm.
and we'll talk about VAR in the in the
I
upcoming.
don't want to
There
comment anything about the VAR this game.
there is a big scene coming up.
But again, it was a clear handball. They let that go. They were at 1-1, and then De Bruyne comes up and scores the winner.
Yeah. So a lucky scraping through for City, but and again in the next round they have possibly got the easiest fixture,
Yep.
which has somehow always been the case,
Yes, yeah, yeah.
except in the Champions League when
Champions
they
League.
end up facing Real Madrid.
Man, oh yeah, Real Madrid. All and they are facing Real Madrid tomorrow, so that will be interesting for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but a very interesting fixture. Like again, City aren't looking their fluid self, and they did play a lot of their first team players too, right?
Yep.
So you had Omar Marmoush who's coming as a first, who's begin to start all the games now. You had Jack Grealish, the 100 million signing, then Savio, Gundogan, and then
Yep.
even Ruben Dias at back, and Rico Lewis was supposed to be their right back going ahead.
Yep. So
So
even playing that, they struggled against
yeah,
Leighton.
Leighton.
Yep.
and they
Leighton
still
Orient.
needed their top guns to come in
The command,
and save them the second half. So you had John Stones, De Bruyne,
Yep.
Foden, Silva, and Kushner coming in.
Yep. Yeah.
So
Tough,
Pep,
tough times for Man City. Let's see what
I
they
mean,
do
it's
against.
actually good to see like the lower league teams
Yes.
playing this well in the FA Cup, and that's the magic of this cup, right?
yeah,
So you have
exactly.
the big
Absolutely.
disappointment, big disappointments like Liverpool experience, and it was a massive win for
Plymouth.
Plymouth,
Yeah,
right?
I
Yep.
think FA
So
Cup gives a really good chance for like championship and even like League One teams, you
Yep.
know,
yeah,
to visit a big stadium,
it
play
gives an
well,
impetus to the team,
showcase
right? Like
their skill.
imagine a smaller team coming up in the same tunnel, standing in the same tunnel as someone like Kevin De Bruyne or
Yep.
Virgil van Dijk. So and this is the beauty of FA Cup, like the oldest tournament in football and still producing wonders.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, let's move to the
Let's
next game. Brighton versus Chelsea.
yeah
I think we lost look in the game.
yeah.
Um, but yeah. So overall, nobody was shocked at the
I
result.
think this is one game where. Oh, can you guys hear me again?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We
We
can
can
hear.
hear you, not see you.
We cannot see you though.
Okay, hang on. Let me just come with my phone. Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. Let me just come in through my phone. Sorry,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
just having some
No worries.
internet issues.
No worries.
I think as you were talking about Chelsea versus Brighton, right? I just remembered that Chelsea are the only team which buys players from Brighton and still loses against them
And
all the time.
and Chelsea played a like majority of their first team players, right? Except for
Pretty
Yes.
good
maybe
team. Yeah, yeah. Full-fledged first
yeah,
team. Looks like they were
except for
going for
Nicholas
this cup.
Jackson at front.
And did
And
you guys see the goal which Chelsea scored? It was Brighton's mistake.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even like Chelsea scored. It was like okay, go ahead and score. Like
And that's the funny thing about Brighton. Like they lost pretty badly. They won against United, then they lost badly against
Nottingham.
Nottingham, and then they are
Nottingham.
defeating Chelsea in the FA Cup.
Yeah, Brighton are. Hopefully, they don't become the next Spurs. Like
And
yo yo
talking
yo.
We
about
will come to
Spurs,
Spurs too. We will come to Spurs too.
talking about
But
Spurs.
yeah, I was actually happy, like as a United fan to see Jadon Sancho struggling, and the fans realizing, okay, he's not worth the money. He's just, and especially after the comments that he's made
Oh
following
yeah,
Rashford's transfer.
Yep.
Uh,
that is very unprofessional. Like
yeah,
doing
and
something.
I
still
wonder
considering you're
why.
still on the paybook.
I wonder why did he even get involved in that? He was so Sancho was treated badly by Ten Hag, right?
Ten Hag,
Ten Hag,
exactly.
So
exactly.
why
Not
is he
not by the
taking that
club.
out against like United?
It's just bad
United
attitude.
paid him loads of money. They support even Ten Hag supported him while he was
Yeah,
at his
exactly. He
lowest.
Yep.
supported him like his own kid. He
He
gave him
gave
time
Yep.
off,
yeah, he gave him break when he needed it.
trained individually with specialists, mental health specialists to get him out of like
If
whatever
you're
he
still
was
not
in.
putting in performances, you are a social media performer, not a on pitch performer.
Exactly.
I am pretty sure he
And a
in his
freedom
bio
fighter.
it's freedom fighter, Jesse Lingard follower, like
Yeah.
Uh,
crazy.
So, but yeah, then again, Chelsea lost out. Big result for Brighton,
Yep.
who are in the next round. And again, Chelsea, in spite of putting and what do you think about one transfer that's going unnoticed is Keenan Dewsbury Hall.
Yes.
So Maresca brought him from Leicester. I know it's not a lot of money, but 35 million, but he's barely starting matches. Not having impact at all. Was it just to satisfy Maresca? Like, okay, let's raid one of his former clubs. Like,
I'm
let's give them 35 million, get their best player in, and probably.
the
Uh,
same thing with Danny Drinkwater, right? Like the same thing happened with Danny
yeah,
Drinkwater from Chelsea or from
yeah,
Leicester.
Leicester.
yeah.
Maybe some kind of things which we don't know about or we shouldn't be commenting about. Like Morata goes from club to club, but
And
Even
now he's
Joao Felix.
follower.
I think one of the memes which can be like created is like Chelsea billions and billions and billions of dollars, but no impact on
But still
them.
Robert Sanchez at back.
Exactly. Exactly.
That
Exactly.
guy.
Yep.
Okay,
And then
so
talking about the first game of the weekend, right? Again, we are gonna come back to VAR.
yeah,
Manchester United against Leicester City. Uh,
Oh man,
to
what a horrible decision. Like I don't even know what the linesman was doing. Like it's a dead ball situation. You
yep.
have to get it right. There's no way. And
Yeah,
it was not like, just maybe a couple of inches ahead. He was like, well, I think couple of feet ahead probably.
he was. Yeah, it was clear offside.
I I
And
don't
it
even know. Like,
seemed,
go ahead, go ahead.
but the game itself was a dead rubber. Like
Yep.
no team was interested in doing anything.
Yeah, yeah. If you see both the goals, like they were literally lucky goals. No team wanted to
Lucky
score.
goal.
Probably
Like the
both of
ball
them
just fell
expected to go in
instead
Yeah.
of
penalties.
the ball just fell for Joshua Zirkzee. He was standing there and he luckily hit it in.
Yep,
And there
yep.
was no one in
And
front of him.
same with NDD.
Yep.
Same.
Same with Deco Duvarid. Yeah.
Decoder. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dakota. NDD like hit it first. It was like,
So it was a pathetic game. Like I was
But to
on
be
my way
honest,
to the air.
I liked Garnacho a lot in that game. He came as a
Garnacho had a
substitute.
huge impact. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So there was a lot
There
of
was
talk
a
about
very
him.
good chance. There was a very good chance which Garnacho actually missed. Like
Yes, he
he
didn't.
made a brilliant run, but I feel he should have taken the shot like a second earlier, and
Yep.
mhm.
that could have been a good goal. That would have been a brilliant goal taken. But then it was basically cleared very close to the line by Leicester defender.
Yep.
Yep.
And there was like one more shot which he could have passed to, could have crossed to Ahmad on the other end.
Hmm.
He was
Yeah,
alone, open goal, and Garnacho decided to go for a near corner. So
Yep.
that I think that was a big mistake, and he realized it after that I should have passed. But
But
one good thing about like sorry to interrupt, Logan. Like
yeah.
United have just lost twice in 10 matches. Is what I read somewhere, and they've won eight. And
oh,
Hmm.
that's very
Wow.
tough. Like they have lost to Brighton and Crystal Palace. Let
Hmm.
me just confirm if that is the fact. But I read that in one of the stats that was the case, and I was
Is that
surprised
at
by this.
home or like away or total?
Uh, Overall, let me
Okay.
just check Man United last 10 fixtures.
Sure.
let's see. I thought we lost many.
That's what even I thought.
So we lost to
Uh,
Crystal Palace
and
2-1.
Brighton.
Yeah, we lost to Brighton 3-1. Then
So let's look at it. Okay,
Newcastle
so
2-0.
Liverpool was a draw,
Yep,
2-2. Then Arsenal FA Cup we won in extra time, full like
FA
on
Cup.
penalty.
Then
That's
Southampton
two. Then
3-1.
Southampton won. Yeah. Then
Brighton we
Brighton
lost. Yep.
we lost. Rangers we won. We won against Fulham. So that's
Fulham.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We won against Top Bucharesti,
Hmm.
FCSB. Then we lost against Crystal Palace. Then we won against Leicester. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So in last 9 matches we've lost this two.
3.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
It's
that is
That's
pretty
good.
surprising.
drawn to
Yeah.
technically, yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
Arsenal, if you like consider 1-1, like, you know, a regular
So
time.
one thing. So as Sushant cut me off, let me talk. So one thing which you so looking at as Amay was mentioning, right? The referee did a very bad mistake. He didn't look at the offside. What do you think? Like, are referees getting over dependent on VAR? Had VAR not did like because so think about it, right? You have VAR to protect your back all the time. Even if you make a mistake, they can always pull it back and then look at VAR. Do you think referees are getting now too dependent, saying that okay, even if I make a mistake, someone is there to cover my back? Because the way that goal was given, right? He was clearly offside, as Amai was saying, right? He was feet offside, not less inches. Do you guys think does our referees now getting more and more dependent on VAR?
I think
Even
they
if there is
are.
VAR, there is no use. Like they mess up the
Yeah, but
decisions
VR
even then.
itself is inconsistent. Like, it doesn't make sense. So, but if you see, like the actual video, even the Leicester players, they didn't appeal for
They
offside.
did not
Yep.
appeal.
Yep.
So I think nobody knew, nobody even thought that, at a dead ball situation, someone will be offside with
Yep.
like, 2 feet at least.
Yep.
So that
Yeah.
might be the case, and that's why probably referee didn't, signal it offside. He probably didn't even look, but
Yep.
nobody looked. I guess.
Yeah. And then
We only
I
realized
think
it after watching like the replay.
Rudwan
Yeah.
Nitzelu said, right, we didn't lose in forget time. We lost in offside time.
Offside
So,
time. Yeah.
yeah.
I feel bad
That
for them.
that was a
But
good quote though. Like
Yeah.
a
yeah.
really good quote.
I feel
Yeah.
bad like for them. Um,
But they
Not
played
that
well.
they
Actually,
deserved
they
a
played
Yep.
win.
very well.
Not that they deserved a win.
But they played well. Like
Yep.
they
They
both teams
played
were
well, but
turgid.
we were the better team. Obviously, we had our
Yes.
In the
chances which
first
we
half, you wouldn't
missed.
say that. First half, Leicester
Yeah,
had
of
like
course.
they were
After
controlling the
Garnacho
game.
came
They were
in,
on
Yeah, yeah.
after
second half.
Garnacho came
There
in,
was
the game was different.
I think he
yeah,
brought in good energy, to the
Yep.
team,
yeah.
which was
Yep.
missing.
Now let's talk about Mathis Tell led or might Spurs losing 2-1 away to Aston Villa and Villa scoring a goal in the first minute itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Do you think Foster's time is up?
I think it is. I'm surprised he's still not sacked
He first went out in two competitions back to back
back to back. Yeah.
in the same game week.
yep, what an impact Mathis Tell is having.
Yeah.
I think
So,
again, Poch has been, oh sorry, Ange has been saying the same thing, saying that I have too many injuries, I have too many injuries. Maybe that is what is buying in time. Like, hey, I can't, I don't have my team. Like,
Mm.
so I think that is just playing a big part. When that is why Levy is not sacking him. That's just
Probably.
possibly.
my
I
Probably.
felt that he had the bait of FA Cup, the Carabao Cup final as a bait, the final playing in the final as a bait, but if they are out of it, they played bad. Liverpool just tracked them,
yeah.
and looking at it, I feel like now it's good time for them to change.
But
Hmm.
They'll,
it's a crazy situation too. Like they are, I mean, they are not very close to relegation zone technically, but new manager, we don't know how he will play, right? And how he will affect the results. So
they
if
need
even if they
something
sack
at the
him, there is a good chance that the new manager might just not get time
Yep.
enough to bring them up, you know. So I guess that they just want to stay with him, stick to him, make sure that he, brings his players back from injury and just survive this season.
If Ange said, do you guys think Ryan Mason will come back again to manage Spurs?
no, they would like that wouldn't help them at all. But they need like someone who can probably give them a push at the end of the season. Like we are coming to the third half of the season now.
Yep.
So if they are aspiring to get into Europe, which is highly unlikely,
Hmm.
but only way for them would be through the Europa League.
Yes.
If they aspire to go progress in that competition, they need some change. And like looking at Ange's football, it seems that he's still not budging from his stance of focusing on attack first.
Yep.
They need to also look at their defense and like they're leaking goals left and right.
Yep.
Hmm.
So that needs to
Absolutely.
change.
Absolutely. I think the last game for the weekend or the big game between Premier League teams was Everton nil and then Bournemouth 2. Bournemouth again continuing the brilliant form. I think their manager has been given manager of the month. So
Yeah,
they have been performing amazing, and then they knocked out Everton, who were on a really good run. Like they hadn't lost when, or I think they lost one against when since David Moyes has come back,
mm,
and Bournemouth still did they beat them at Goodison Park. So
Yeah.
a really good achievement for them.
again, like Bournemouth is a team that is doing wonders and they
Yep.
play well as a team. Like you don't see any star. Probably the max you can say is Justin Kluivert or Antoine Semenyo, but again, they are not like superstars.
Hmm.
Yep.
Hmm.
So they are functioning well as a team, and lot of credit to Andoni Iraola. Like he deserves the manager of the month.
Yep.
Absolutely. What do you think next year? Does their team get picked off by the Premier League big boys?
I don't think so. Like again, probably Antoine Semenyo, Justin Kluivert, and at most Milos Kerkez. But
Yep.
I don't see others going out. It
Hmm.
won't be Leicester repeat.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. That's true. That's true. I think the next group of fixtures has already been drawn
Hmm.
out. So Man United face Fulham at home. Man City face the weakest team in the whole
Plymouth.
competition, Plymouth. Who else has gotten a decent draw?
Newcastle Brighton would be an interesting fixture.
Yep.
And that's at St James's,
St.
right?
James's. St. James's.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep.
So
So that would be an interesting watch, and followed by both even Bournemouth versus Wolves.
Bournemouth, Wolves. Yep.
yep.
That's a good one too.
There's one more fixture yet to be played.
Yes.
Exeter
Nottingham
versus
Forest, I
Nottingham.
believe.
Yeah,
Yep.
Exeter
Forest
City
and
versus Nottingham Forest.
Exeter City.
They'll
Exeter.
play Ipswich Town. So
They'll
Yep.
play Ipswich.
yep. And then Aston Villa play Cardiff City. So I think Aston Villa play Cardiff City, Crystal Palace play Millwall. So I think both Premier League teams should go through. United, Fulham. I think United, Newcastle. Manchester United go through. Newcastle United might go through against Brighton, but again, not sure. And then Bournemouth versus Wolves, Bournemouth, Man City versus Plymouth should be City.
Plymouth. Sorry.
Yeah, Plymouth. Yep. And then Exeter City or Nottingham Forest versus Ipswich. So mostly it should be Nottingham Forest. So I don't see any giant killings in the next round, but again, we don't know.
I hope to see some, but let's
Maybe Plymouth.
maybe Plymouth, maybe even Cardiff. Like Aston Villa are
Yep.
playing good, so they would be a difficult fixture if they come in next round.
Yep.
So let's see.
Yeah, Newcastle are playing two teams, so it might be tough. Brighton and Hove Albion. So
Plymouth Argyle is playing 117 then.
yeah, good one, good one. With the amount of transfers they have done, I think it might be 120 by now. So
Again, no hate to City, but just we like to rub some salt.
It is what it is.
it is what it
Anyway,
is.
thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah. See you guys
And
soon.
please comment what do you
Like,
think. Yep. What do you
Like,
think
share,
about next
subscribe.
fixtures? And yeah, we'll see you next
And
video.
follow us on
soon.
Instagram too, where we are posting like short form content, and some of it is garnering a lot of attention. So we
Yep.
are really happy to see that. So yeah, please follow us on Instagram too.
Right. Bye, guys.
Thank you.